Hey, this is a continuation of a video I made the other day saying how I like the music of Rundgren. And I'm going to be delve more deeply into it and kind of like tell you specific tracks that influenced me or tracks I've enjoyed throughout his musical output. Starting with Runt. Okay, and Runt, obviously, We Gotta Get You a Woman. It's a great one. That's the thing that opened my eyes. Excuse the pun. But yeah, that was the one that opened my eyes to his music. And it has a lot of influences from other artists. I hear just, I can't cite anything right off the top of my head, but I know I heard those kind of chord changes from other artists, but not done in that, quite in that way. Um, I don't know, maybe I don't know who, but I've heard those kind of chord changes before. But anyway, there is a great thing on I think side two of the Runt album. It's the medley, the big medley. Um, I can't remember the name of it, but I still play it pretty often on my YouTube music list. It's I don't remember the name of it, but it's very Laura Nyro influence. Laura Nyro was a singer-songwriter who wrote songs for like Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Fifth Dimension, Barbara Streisand, all these people. She herself is not as well known. In fact, she lived right near me, and she lived in Danbury, right down right a few minutes down the street. But she was a great singer on her own right. But anyway, Rundgren emulated Laura Nyro in that medley. You could hear the melodic lines are like right from Laura Nyro, even the piano style, and it's a great bit of songwriting, and clever, very cleverly put together. It's still timeless. It sounds the same. I mean, you can listen to it now; it doesn't even sound dated. After that, something, anything. I think. What do you do after that? The Ballad of Todd Rundgren. Just too many tracks that I like to even mention at one time. Long Flowing Robe was kind of catchy. It's just like Be Nice to Me, The Wailing Wall. These are just all great songs. And then after that, I know there's a lot of other ones on that album. That was a really good album. And I like the cover. It was very unique. I don't know what he was trying to hang himself. It was kind of a unique, quirky way to bring in listeners. After that, let's see, something, anything. Well, you know what? I was in a store and a supermarket, and they were playing "Baby, Baby, Where Did Our Love Go" by the Supremes, and it just hit me like it's like "Baby, Baby, where did our love go?" Da 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 da. Then I started thinking, do 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 do. It was late last night. It's like da da. Where did all the love go? Don't you want me? Don't you want me no more? That da 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 da. That may have stuck in his head. Maybe he liked that song. I'm not nobody to speak for Rundgren. You know, I'm not trying to evaluate his music. He's the expert. I'm not. I'm just a fan. That's all I am. But anyway, I said that could have been the seed that may have been in his subconscious, and when he wrote that, you know, so many songs that we hear influence us. Well, the whole "Something Anything" is great. I like one side was entirely live in the studio. You know, "Slut," "You Left Me Sore," all these songs they were great. Um, there's one that. Um, Tell everyone that I'm sorry, truly sorry. Dust in the Wind, that's a good one. And the three other sides were all in the studio. One of my favorite is Takes Two to. One of my favorites by him is It Takes Two to Tango. I still play that song all the time. I mean, it's right up there on my song list. Marlene was another good one. Yeah. So what am I up to now? I know there's so many other good ones. Wizard, A True Star. There's just like a, to me, it reminded me kind of like a drug trip. I'm not on drugs, don't worry. It's very, not really psychedelic, kind of like spaced out. That's more the word. Because it was done with all those synthesizers, my favorite from that whole album, if I had to pick one song, my favorite would be Zen Archer. I just like the long fade out. He's got all this stuff, action moving in the background, all these saxophones and drums and everything. It's moving fast. And then his vocal line is like counteracting it. It's going very slow. You're singing, like harmonies, and it's repetitive and it's very slow. And all the music is frantic. It's like, so he's got this going, but all this kind of like action. I like it. It's very effective. Okay, so, and I like that when the shit hits the fan, I got to get my ass back down to Sunset Boulevard. Just one victory. Sometimes I don't know. I mean, just what the hell? There's tons of stuff. After that, he did Todd. Todd was another good one. I forgot to mention on my other video, Lowest Common Denominator. That was a good one. I never got into the Lord Chancellor's Nightmare song. I'm not into Gilbert O'Sullivan, but you know, there's what else is on there? Is That Love? IZZAT. Yeah, that's another good one. You've got to, if you want to be a fan of him, or if you already are, you already know this shit. But if you want to learn more about the music, these are the songs that you might want to start with. After that, Todd Double LP, he did, I don't kind of remember that after that, but some of my other favorites were the ever popular Tortured Artist Effect. We did Tin Soldier, was great. Hideaway, Don't Hurt Yourself. It's one of those ones where he did all the instruments, all the background vocals. That's the way I like his music. I'm not so much into Utopia, although I dutifully went out and bought all the Utopia stuff too, but I'm not really a Utopia aficionado that much. There are scattered good songs, usually the one that Rundgren sings. Yeah, it's not the same depth of songwriting. I don't know. But anyway, Love Is the Answer is the best one he did with Utopia. Then he went into that rap phase. He did TRI, went interactive and did all that stuff. That's good. I have all those CDs. Acapella, that's the one we did all the instruments himself with his voice. So, like, he had to do, like, I was listening to him say that just to do a chord, he had to sing each individual note at a time, then go back and add the second note in the triad, then add the third note in the triad to create the chord changes. So that must have taken him a lot of time, you know. It's like, pretty, he must have a lot of patience. But I learned that from hearing him say it. I didn't know. But the part of that album that I like is how he even did the drums with his voice. I was like, wow. Moving on, he did something, what's that? The next one was called Nearly Human, of The Want of the Nail. If you've seen that video where he's in the studio, that's pretty clever. Yeah, that whole album's great. Then I saw him on Letterman when he did The Waiting Game. That was a pretty good one. Then Can't Stop Running is another classic. Parallel Lines, that's probably the best one on the album, Parallel Lines. Yeah. Yeah, well, you have to be nearly human to achieve all these albums. So, after that, I kind of like, I remember getting the Liars album, and, yeah, Liars was a good one. Stood Up was a good song. There's a song called Liars. It's very apropos, you know, today. God, how does he know all this stuff before even this shit happens later? Like tables will turn, you know. It's like, yeah. So he's like right there. But yeah, geez, you know, I'm not an expert on his music. I'm just a layman, you know. I'm just trying to say what I feel, you know. But he's underrated as a guitarist, though. I'm pretty amazed that he's never mentioned in the top tens of guitar players. Eric Clapton, let's face it, he was great in Cream. He was great in Layla, and he was. After that, when he went commercial with all the hit songs, his guitar, I didn't phase me much. My favorite by him are the solo on Clapton. I'm talking about Eric Clapton. You know, the song "Badge" he wrote with George Harrison is good, and "Cream" was amazing. You know, but anyway, that's a pretty comprehensive list of songs I like by him. Later on, I can't remember all of his newer albums. It's not to say they're not good. It's just that, you know, I have to kind of like. After Liars, he did one that had the song "Courage," Arena. It was pretty good. It's not. It wasn't. The early Todd is the best, and I like some stuff on. I can't remember the names of all the albums. Um, he had a song called Imagination. I'm not sure what album that was on. It was called Imagination. That kicked ass. The guitar solo in that was awesome. That's a dynamite track. Skyscraper is another good track. Come on down from your elevator. To go up the escalator or something. I don't know, but that was a real good one. I like that one too. But I don't remember what these albums were from. So that's my expose. Everybody have a good day.